Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Circle Time. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. It looks like it's going to be a bright, sunny day today, which is very exciting. Hope you guys will get to do something kind of fun today. This morning for Circle Time, we have a fun one. Oh, guess what? My cat is going to come say hello. You see her tail? Let's see if she'll come over here and say hello. She says hello. She's not very happy now. But this is my cat Cora. And now she's going to get down. She really likes Circle Time. She always comes over to see what I'm doing. She likes to see what craft I'm doing. I always have to show her the craft. And she likes to see if there's anything that she can steal and play with. She likes to steal little pieces of paper and things like that. And then she runs around the house with them and chases them all over the house. So she's just a silly young kitty cat. But it looks like she's busy now, so she probably won't bother us again. But good morning, welcome everybody. This is Circle Time. I'm going to wait just a couple seconds, give everybody a chance to get here. It looks like somebody just popped in. I'm going to wait 1 or 2 more seconds. Just a reminder, while I'm live, I can see the comments. So if anybody wants to say anything, say hi. I can see you and I can say hi. So as always, I have, I think, some fun stuff planned. We're going to do a couple of rhymes. I have a couple of books that we're going to read. And then, of course, I have a craft to do. And I think you guys may like this craft. It only takes just a couple. Basically, it's going to take like 3 different materials. And that's all you're going to need to be able to make this craft. So it's going to be lots of fun. So good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Gonna hang for just another second or 2 just to give people a chance to get here. Sometimes it takes a little bit once you get the notification. But I hope you guys all had a good weekend. I hope the storms that went through weren't so bad for you. We had a really bad thunderstorm here at my house. But everything is okay now. Thunderstorms can be a little bit scary. Sometimes my dogs did not like the thunderstorm. But luckily we were here to give them cuddles and they were okay. So 1 or 2 more seconds and then we'll get started. Excuse me. All right. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Let's start off with a rhyme. So today I felt like doing a Circle Time about elephants. I really like elephants. I think they're really, really neat creatures. They're so big, but they can be so gentle and they can be pretty fierce too. So if you're ever out on a safari, you don't want to make an elephant mad. But they're really smart. They can learn lots of things and they live together in like families, and they all take care of each other and help each other out, and they just seem like really, really nice animals. So elephants it is today. So we're going to start off with some counting, and we're going to do it in a rhyme, and we're going to talk about 5 elephants in the bathtub. So are you guys ready? We're going to need to count from 1 to 5. So we have 1 elephant. Oops, can you guys see my elephant? I'm far away. So 1 elephant in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash. Come on in. So then if another elephant comes in, then we have 2 elephants. Oops, there we go. So 2 elephants in the tub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash. Come on in. Now we have 3 elephants. So 3 elephants in the tub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash. Come on in. If another elephant comes in, how many do we have then? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 elephants. So 4 elephants in the tub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash, come on in. How many elephants are in the bathtub now? 5 elephants. So 5 elephants in the tub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splash, splash. They all fell in. And because they all fell in, no more elephants. That's a fun one. Could you imagine having 5 elephants in your bathtub? I'm pretty sure 1 elephant wouldn't even fit in my bathtub. So I don't know how big of a bathtub you would have 5 elephants in it, but it'd probably have to be pretty big. Maybe that's why elephants usually in real life, elephants take baths in like the river or like lakes and things like that, because that's where they fit. All right, so why don't we get started with our first book? And our first book today, oops, there we go, is called Kidogo. And there's something very special about Kidogo's name, and that is that the word Kidogo means little in Kiswahili, which is a language that is spoken in Africa. So every time I'm not actually going to say the word, I don't think, but the little baby elephant's name is Kidogo, and his name means little. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the story. So we're going to read Kidogo by Anik McGrory. Kidogo lived in a world that was vast. He walked under a mountain bigger than the clouds. He played on endless fields of rippling gold. And he slept through nights that were deeper than his dreams. Can you see him? There he is, all the way down the bottom, sleeping. He was very small for an elephant. His aunties helped him reach tender acacia leaves. Oh, they're helping him reach the leaves. His cousins helped him cross the flooding river. His mama helped him with his dust bath, although he wasn't sure he needed one. See, even baby elephants don't like to get baths. But excuse me, I'm tongue-tied this morning. But Kidogo didn't want help. He didn't want to be the smallest, so he went off to find someone in the world who was just as small as he. He looked in the woodlands. What kind of animals did he find in the woodlands? He found a giraffe. There's a toucan down here. But is a giraffe bigger or smaller than Kidogo? Looks like it's much bigger, huh? He looked in the flooding river. There's the flooding river. And who did he find? Oh no, he found a hippopotamus. I'm pretty sure that hippopotamus is bigger than Kidogo. He looked on the plains. There he is back there. Who did he find hiding in the grass? Oh no, he found a lion. He's moving away real fast. That lion is definitely bigger than him, and he doesn't want to mess with the lion. He looked and looked until he knew it was true. He was the smallest animal in all the world. He stopped, lost and alone, with no place left to look. He sat and decided. He wouldn't need anyone else, big or small. He would find his own acacia leaves. What do you think? Does he look like he's having a good time getting those leaves? If you look really closely, I don't know. I think he's having some trouble. I think he might have hurt his trunk. He would cross the river by himself. Uh-oh, that doesn't look like it's going very well either, does it? He would make his own dust bath. But as the dust fell all around him, there was a tickling and an itching on his ears and tail and legs and nose. He swiped and rolled and brushed and blew until finally the itching stopped. And there, as he looked down, was an animal smaller than he had ever imagined. Soon he was surrounded by tiny animals. Can Can you guys see those? What kind of tiny, tiny animals are they? They kind of look like ants. He helped them reach tender acacia leaves. Oh, my cat is saying hello. If you guys could hear that. He helped them cross a flooding river. Oh, look at that. He uses his trunk to get them across the river. He helped them with a dust bath, although they weren't sure they needed one. He followed the insects on a march down the riverbank, through the woodlands, across the plains, and back to his very own home. Kidogo saw the insects and the mountains, little and big. They were his cousins, his aunties, and his mama. And Kidogo knew he wasn't too small after all. He was just right for a little elephant. The end. Oh, what a cute story. He found out that there are animals little like he was, and he could help them the way his mama helped him. And his aunties and his cousins helped him too. That's really, really good. All right, so let's do another fun rhyme. And this time, I have my elephant's back. This time, instead of counting up to 5, we're going to count down from 5. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So, just make them so you can see them all. There we go. So we have 5 little elephants standing in a row. 5 little trunks waving to and fro. Good day, said an elephant. I must go. And then how many elephants do we have? 4 little elephants standing in a row. 4 little elephants standing in a row. 4 little trunks waving to and fro. Good day, said an elephant. I must go. And now how many do we have? 3 little elephants standing in a row. 3 little elephants standing in a row. 3 little trunks waving to and fro. Good day, said an elephant. I must go. And now how many do we have left? 2. 2 little elephants standing in a row. So 2 little elephants standing in a row. 2 little trunks waving to and fro. Good day, said an elephant. I must go. And now we have just 1 little elephant standing in a row. 1 little elephant standing in a row. 1 little trunk waving to and fro. Good day, he said. I must go. And now there are no little elephants standing in a row. They all had something very important to do that day, I guess. All right, so let me quick put my elephants out of the way so they don't get lost. I'm going to get that out of the way. And why don't we go ahead and read our next book. And you guys might be a little bit more familiar with this book. Maybe you guys have read this one before. But this book is called Elmer. Can you guys see Elmer in that cover? He's a little bit hard to see because he is all kinds of patchwork colors. Have you guys ever seen an elephant like that? That's so silly. Well, let's find out about Elmer and find out why he's so many different colors. So, Elmer by David McKee. You can see him better there. There once was a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall and short, fat and thin. All were different, but all were happy, and almost all were the same color. What color are elephants usually? Are they gray? All except Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of colors for one elephant. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, the cause was usually Elmer. Oh, he seems like such a happy elephant. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant, he thought. No wonder they laugh at me. One morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. What kind of other animals do you guys see there? Do you find a lion and a tiger and a hippo? And then over here there's a zebra. And oops, can you guys see hiding in the back here? There's a giraffe and an alligator and a turtle. Good morning, Elmer, they said. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it until the berries fell to the ground. Elephant-colored berries. I've never seen elephant-colored berries before. Then Elmer laid down and rolled over on the berries, this way and that. He picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over until he was covered with berry juice. When he had finished, there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. Elmer looked like any other elephant. So there he is, rolling around in the berries, and you can start to see the berry juice getting all over him. Until he looked like every other elephant. Do you guys believe that's Elmer? All covered in berry juice? On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. Good morning, elephant, they said. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the other elephants noticed him. Can you guys find Elmer in that picture? I don't know. I don't even think I know which one Elmer is. He looks like everybody else. He's elephant gray. As he stood there, Elmer felt that something was wrong. But what? He looked around. Same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain cloud, same old elephants. What could be wrong? The other elephants were standing absolutely still, silent and serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk and at the top of his voice shouted, "Boo!" The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter. Then the others began to laugh. Too bad Elmer isn't here to share the fun, they said, laughing harder and harder. Oh my goodness, that looks like fun. And then the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an old elephant as Elmer was washed back to normal. "You've played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. What would we do without you?" "We must celebrate this day every year," said another. "The day of Elmer's best joke. All of us elephants will decorate ourselves in his honor," said a third. "And Elmer will decorate himself elephant colored." That sounds like a fun day. And one day each year, the elephants color themselves yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white and have a parade, an elephant parade. How awesome would that be? If you happen to see an elephant in the Elmer's Day parade who is ordinary elephant color, you know who it must be. Can you guys find the ordinary elephant in there. There he is. Who is that? That's Elmer. So if you see an ordinary elephant color, you will know it must be Elmer. The end. What a silly story. I like that Elmer was all different colors and he looked like nobody else. He was his own elephant, just like people like to be their own people sometimes. All right, so are you guys ready for our craft? Since we just read Elmer, I'm going to show you guys how you can make your own Elmer. Okay, so I'm going to pull my chair in and then let's see. I'm going to show you what you guys need. I'm going to switch my camera down to the table. There we go. Okay. So all you're going to need for this craft is some construction paper, a piece of white paper. If you are really good at drawing and you want to try to draw your own elephant on the piece of paper, you can. Miss Emily isn't that good at drawing big things like that. So I went online and found a picture of an elephant that I can use for this. And I'll post it in the comments once this video is posted, so that if you guys want to just print out the same picture of an elephant that I used, it'll be right there for you, okay? So white piece of paper for your elephant and maybe a second white piece of paper for some details on the elephant, and some black maybe if you need it. Other than that, all you're going to need is some scissors, your glue stick, and actually that's it. Super simple, just some color paper, some scissors, some glue. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, you see how Elmer is all patchwork? So we need to make some colors that are all patchwork. So in order to do that, I took all my colors, and you guys can use whatever colors you want. You can add colors. I only had 4 colors right now. I used red, orange, oops, yellow, and green. But you could do blue, pink, purple. What other colors did Elmer have? Black and white. So if you have your black and white, you can use your black and white. But to make it easy, I just stacked them all up together. Excuse me. I stacked them 4 high, and then this is where you need your scissors, and always make sure you have your grown-ups' permission and help with the scissors. You might want to do this 1 page at a time instead of all 4 or all of your colors at the same time, because the more that's here, the harder it is to cut. But I don't have a lot of time today to show you how to do this. We'd be here forever if I had to cut all these pieces of paper by themselves. So once you get all your paper ready to cut, you're just going to cut a thin strip. And you don't have to measure it. It doesn't have to be exact. So if you cut a thin strip, and you could do it long ways, you could do it short ways. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to make a whole bunch of patchwork squares. So you guys see, I'm going to do another one until I have as many as I think I'm going to need of long strips. And you can see now I have long strips in all the different colors. So now what I can do is put them all together. And again, put together as many as you can cut easily. You don't want this to be really, really hard to cut, because then you might hurt yourself. And like I said, grown-ups help and permission to use the scissors. But now I'm just going to cut little squares. So if I just cut this way, you guys can see I made a whole bunch of little patchwork squares. So if I just keep going, and they don't have to be all the same size, they don't have to be exactly square, because we're going to kind of put them all together a little bit like a puzzle piece. So I just keep going. So there we go. I'm not going to cut all of this because I already cut some earlier. So I have plenty of patchwork squares. So then what you're going to do is you're going to get your white paper and you're going to draw an elephant. Or if you guys can see on here, there was an elephant outline already on this piece of paper. So like I haven't done the ear yet, and I didn't finish the trunk. So you can draw your own elephants, or like I said, I'll put the pattern for this in the comments. So if you guys want to do this elephant, or if you want to find a different picture for an elephant and make it look like Elmer, you can do that too. So I got this started because it would take me a really long time today to put all of these patchwork pieces on the whole elephant. And I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to kind of show you guys what it would look like when it's done. So I did most of the elephant. Like I said, I didn't do his ear yet, and I'm going to finish his trunk. So all you have to do is you get your glue stick. Oh, my glue stick is glued shut. There we go. And I like my glue stick because it shows up purple, so I can see where I'm putting it. So I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to put it where I want to put pieces. And the nice thing about my glue stick is it's purple when it's wet, so I can see where the glue is, and then it's going to dry clear. So once I put some glue on the piece of paper, you don't want to go all the way because you'll get it all over your hands, which will be messy. You don't want to start sticking to stuff around your house, and it'll dry before you get to put your pieces on. So now what you can see I did is I just took all kinds of different colors and I just stick them on. And I tried to line them up with the outline of the elephant so that you can see that it's supposed to be an elephant, and you can mix up all the colors. And sometimes you can put the pieces of paper overlapping, and if you need to do that and you need a little bit more glue, I just like to rub it on top of the glue, because this one's going to end up over top of this yellow and red, because I like to follow the line there. You don't have to follow the line. You can do whatever you want. If you want to put pieces all over the place and then cut it out and put it on another piece of paper, that would be awesome. This is what I like about arts and crafts. You can be so creative and you can make it look like exactly how you want it. So my glue's starting to dry up. I'm going to put a little bit more there. So let's see if real quick I can finish up my Elmer's trunk here. And you're going to end up with glue on your fingers, and so make sure you wash your hands when you are all done. And sometimes the pieces of paper are going to stick to you. Let's see, let's do orange. So I'm going to put one more there. And because I want to fill in my little spot over here, I'm going to do a couple pieces on top. Oops. So I'm just rubbing them across the glue stick and then putting them down. All right. So that looks pretty good. If I had enough time, I would go ahead and fill in the ear too. I'm not going to do that today. You guys can do that. And if you guys happen to have a marker, what you could do before you fill it in is you could trace the line of the ear. So make sure that you can see it. So I'm going to quick trace part of it. Or maybe I'll just trace it all. So I'm going to trace it. If you have like a thicker, heavier marker, that might be a better marker to use. I could only find my small marker this morning. But then you could fill it in. I'll just do a little bit at the bottom here real quick to show you. Because then once you fill it in, then you can mark, you can trace the shape again so that you can definitely see his ear. So if I put some right around here, right around the bottom. And then once I'm all done, I can take my big marker and I can draw over top of what I just did so you can still see his ear. So you see if you go over some of the pieces, you can still see his ear there. Okay, so you guys could fill in the whole rest of his ear. And then I do have some white. If you didn't put, or if you wanted to, you could cut out a circle or an oval, whichever shape you like best. I'm going to do maybe kind of, oops. I should have drawn a circle and then cut it out. But I'm just going to freehand a circle, and then I can glue that on. Oops, closed my glue stick. So I'm going to rub it on like that, and then decide where I want his eyeball. I think right there looks good. So then there's his eyeball. If I wanted, I could take my black paper and cut out a little piece for his eye, or I can just take my marker and draw Elmer's eye. There we go. There's Elmer's eye. And then if you really, really wanted to get creative, if you took a white piece of paper and you made just some little M's at the bottom. So I know that's really hard for you guys to see. I'll show you. I just made a little M all the way down at the bottom of the page. It looks like a W to you guys. It's upside down. So M's or W's. And then if you want to cut that out. Oops. So I'm just going to real quick cut out the humps of the M or the W. It's so tiny, I'm having trouble cutting it with my great big scissors. Maybe you guys have little scissors that'll be easier to cut these little tiny pieces with. But now I have this little M. Oops. There you go. Now I have the little M. And what that's actually going to become is, I'm going to take some glue, put some glue on it. Elephant toenails. Oh, and you guys can't even see it. So I glued it right onto his foot here and made some elephant toenails. So you can make some that went all the way across. You could put some at the beginning. You could color them in and make them all kinds of colors. But then when you're all done, you'll have an Elmer of your very own. And you, like I said, you can cut out Elmer and put him on another piece of paper. Like I could put him on some green and pretend that he's going through the jungle, and I could draw trees and other things that he's seeing in the jungle. I could put him on a piece of yellow and pretend he's going through the desert. Whatever you want to do with your Elmer. All right, but there's your Elmer. I think he looks so colorful and happy. What do you guys think? Are you excited to make your own Elmer? All right, guys. Well, that is it. I'm going to switch my camera back up. Here I am. So thank you guys all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our elephant circle time. Let me know if you guys make your own Elmers. I would love, oh, sorry. You guys are going to get seasick from my camera bouncing around. There we go. Nope, that didn't help. There we go. If you guys make your own Elmers, I'd love to see how creative you get with your Elmers. Or if you don't want to make Elmer, remember when they had their parade? All of the elephants were all kinds of different patterns and colors. You guys could try to do that too. Like there's some with stripes. There's two over here with polka dots, and one with stars. So if you just wanted to color your elephant, you could get your crayons or your markers, and you can make all kinds of fun elephants for your Elmer's Day parade. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed, guys. Show me your Elmers. I'd love to see your Elmers. Post a picture in the comments if you make an Elmer. And that's it for me. I will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.